And we are back with another game, as was not really feeling like any of the recent ones. Decided to start a new one, bought this on Steam sale and do not know anything else than that Struggle used to play it at one point when he was still streaming regularly. Other than that, know mostly that it's some kind of strategy game and apparently works, which was tried as far as started the campaign that it actually runs, so should be interesting. And we are doing at least the usual 1.5 hours and try to figure the game out a bit, so welcome. And hopefully we do better than in Darkest Dungeon earlier today, where we pretty much went to the Darkest Dungeon and fell over, though apparently the Templar Brothers are also some kind of mini boss considering their difficulty, so we need to try again with those quite soon, it appears. So welcome, and let's get started with the game then. So let's switch to the game view. There we go, and we are starting a new game. So let's see how that goes. Campaign, of course, and more guidance would be useful considering how little guidance we have had. Then we have various fancy looking figures available, like an older black guy apparently, and fancy female with expensive hat, then kind of like Asian, and apparently well-fed Western female. And then we also have the military man, which of course looks quite good starting point, would say. Then we have like a bit more bohemian looking semi-military man with much less tidy uniform, so do prefer the guy with the very tidy uniform, would say, and has good beard, like proper full one. And of course we choose purple as the color, that being the color of the channel overall. Then we have various very 19th century themed logos, which include various things very fitting for this kind of a game. 25, alright, for some reason. Then we do have various animals, pretty typical also for this kind of a thing. Tribal wolf looks interesting. Then we have some Illuminati or something. And of course there's a horse and a rather early locomotive. Then there's like rather impressive looking gawk and repair. So there's also a dragon. Quite a few options. Let's choose these. It looks a lot like what we also generally put as the emojis, including the leopard and the cogwheel symbol, so let's go with that. And then we do include the DLCs that we actually have the game with the offer, so bought the game on Steam sale, so it wasn't most expensive thing ever either. Normal difficulty sounds good to start with, as we haven't ever played the game. And then we have some loading. And images of great exhibition or such, like looks like Crystal Palace, which unfortunately was later lost the world due to fire. Alright, there we go. looks very tropical with the gator and all.
I have presumed I knew you. But now, 1,000 letters from your father go unopened, yet one scribble
Right,
from your
apparently
sister
our
changes
relationship
everything.
with our father
I
is not
didn't
very
even know you had a sister.
model
We
one when
old pal.
like no letters
We
are
can't
opened, but
afford a
one from
passage
sister
back
is
to your
immediately
old world,
interesting,
back
so
to your family. Not
seems
unless
fair
you suddenly
enough.
remembered
And
what work is. Dynamite fishing? You're serious? Well, the village north is always short on food.
alright,
Remember when
dynamite
they speak of
fishing you
pits
say,
back when?
sounds very
Still
legal.
I owe my life to you. You go, I follow, until I decide the debt is paid. Here it is. Just get plenty
Alright,
of
can we
distance
like
on the throw.
disembark somehow? Assign a patrol route. That doesn't seem very useful right now. Right, so we have to throw the dynamite.
Even more roasted fish.
Right. Very ethical.
Shooty was that boom?
Then we actually have to fish more fish the same way, so
They're not expecting queen parrotfish.
alright, actually even a couple of schools of fish swam into our dynamite, so
All the listed fish they could ever want.
With that first bang, I knew it was you. So, come show me what you got this time.
deliver to the package steamer office. Alright. Yes, our next target place, so let's boat over.
That burnt reek. Ugh. Hand over whatever it is and I'll help you get rid of it.
Alright, he's not very impressed.
Here are your tickets. Hurry, drifters. The boat is leaving soon, and nobody wants you to miss it.
Highly ethical
So, this is
way
it.
to obtain
We're leaving
a
paradise
ticket.
behind. You never talked much about family and the like. But you're dead serious about this, aren't you? No matter. I made a vow
Right,
to
he's
defend
not
you,
totally impressed
and I
with
can
our
break an oath. Even if a
mission.
blind
The
man
ship
could
is
see
also
you leap
creatively
into the
named
deepest
Transfer
pits of
Ship,
dung.
but it's side wheeler, so not exactly the newest. Interestingly, though the side wheels left no waves, but the
Not when you stole
turn
on
deep.
tiptoe, leaving the family burden at your little sister's door. Our father is accused of high treason. Dare you to believe it? Will you now stand by, knowing gentle father is in danger?
Alright, father is
It
clearly
must kill him.
in trouble.
Please
No
come
wonder
home.
we might
We
not
need
have liked their letter. Ah, hello there, Tiga. Waves to you also.
Is it really
So,
you,
we then
dearest
arrive in a bigger harbor.
I never dared hope you'd return. Do you remember Bright Sands? Of course you do. We loved it here. It's changed now. The Royal Council support Uncle Edvard. Father
Right,
barely
clearly
called,
some
and he's
disagreement
pulling
in the old
everything
world.
down.
It would have been more useful to stay behind fishing. It appears.
All those houses. You never said how wealthy you were. Why were we selling fish and sleeping in barns?
Never told your friend of Good and Sons? There is much to be said, but not now. Dear father's funeral begins.
Alright, that went very well. Let's return for a funeral. And is it again like push F to pay your respects?
Where have you been? Without you brats, we'll never be done with this obligation.
Of course, we get
Looks like
great
Death
weather
played
for
the wrong
funeral.
No matter, so few are here. When they are the few he loved most.
Nobody likes a traitor, let alone his tainted offspring. Better make yourself scarce.
Clearly we do not have the most stellar reputation ever.
We shall, dear sibling, for now. I have acquired a small island with the last of my funds, and passage for all still loyal to father.
Alright,
Together,
at
we
least
shall
clearly
clear
we were
his
not the
name,
poorest
or
ever
die
if there's
trying.
enough funds to buy an
Your
island.
sister reminds me of you. Must mean new adventures await, old pal.
This is it. Ditchwater. End of the world. I hope you like it quiet.
Alright, maybe it would have been more useful to remain behind as a fisherman. Kind of looks like that was not the greatest success ever.
What? Still here? Establishing a rival company on that disheveled island?
Let Uncle Edvard scoff. A modest island, yes, but if you're at all like father, you'll look beyond appearances.
Right, has potential,
You
one
must
might
shelter
hope.
the good, loyal people who have shown solidarity with our family. We need every hand we can get if we are to expunge this debris.
Start with the marketplace, alright. Let's try and build it at least some way from the... There we go. Then we get to build a road, so... There we go. Then we need to build some houses.
You reached a new milestone.
Age of Agriculture, alright. Would say Age of Agriculture came and went already at that point, but there we go. Do we also need to make a road to the houses? Yeah, they are lacking road access, so let's correct that. Though we didn't build apparently quite enough of roads, so alright, let's see if that's better. like, let's make an extra road here, because it seems they are not very happy with the first one. There we go. Apparently it's not enough. So we have to build a road to all of them. So let's like build a road practically around the thing, so that each has some road access. There we go. Then this wasn't really useful, but let's demolish this road here, because we built a much longer and less efficient one.
Spite? Or is this some futile attempt at competition?
Alright, it's very good that our brother Edward is all the time complaining about us, which seems like a great idea. Let's first drive them to exile, and when they build like 4 farmhouses and a marketplace, they are clearly major competition. Let's see if we can make the font size slightly larger. Because apparently there is no UI scale in this game either, so it's like you can have large subtitles, but it doesn't apparently make anything else larger, so it's kind of, it is what it is. It's moderately readable, which is sufficient. So it is what it is in that respect. So let's then keep going here. Alright, let's see. We need to build 10 farmer residences. Let's see if we take such a simple drastic step as reducing resolution to have more readable text. It doesn't really increase the text size, it just reduces accuracy. Great design, so let's switch back. That's probably the best presentation ever, like what? We made the game very limited accessibility wise, like no, you can't change the font size, and actually you can't even change the font size by changing the resolution. The font is the same size, but it gets less precise. So yep, let's continue then. Actually the text can't be made larger. So what can read? We need to build farmer residences and
we'll be needing more of it to continue.
Attract sufficient number of farmers. So let's keep building. Then we of course need more road for more residences. Hopefully the farmers like. Right, let's place a lumberjack's hut here so we get more wood.
See what slander! Edvard Prince and Bright Sands.
Right.
Samuel's child, is it? Thank heavens. I am so ashamed of every single word your uncle had me print.
Clearly the news kind of like our good brother Edward is advertising mostly.
He twists every article in his favor at our
Right,
and
let's
father's
build the
expense.
sawmill here.
Timber, very good.
And then we need to
I'll try not to think of the
build
coffin.
more farmer residences again. There we go. We still need to build a couple, so there we go. Now we have 10, but we need to still attract more farmers, so. And then we also need a warehouse. Fortunately we have road access here, so. Fulfill their need for a market.
Every rose has its
Alright.
thorns.
Also work cloths and fish would be popular. Alright, when can this be finalized? Right, still missing.
How do?
Planting in progress, alright. Fortunately it's that easy. Then you just get the green bar to fill up and you have more forest. It's nice.
Metal plows change things, I'll grant you. But for better or for worse.
Alright. Then we wait to have enough material for the warehouse.
Peddlers say there's nowhere to take it.
Alright.
Father wouldn't have wanted us to sit on our hands while our one prospect was in such a state. So let's gather our townsfolk and ask them to spruce the place up.
Once we're done, we can add some.
Alright, now this thing at least produces wood gradually. And the sawmill also produces timber, so we at some point should have some resources. We currently have outright 0. So we haven't had yet material to build the warehouse.
Be potholes, so watch out.
Alright, at least these have some population. At least we do not need more sawmills if we got some benefit out of the first one. Alright. Unsure why it would bother me that only have 4 viewers. Alright, congratulations and welcome to the stream. Of course it's kind of unsure how... Hello there Jax, and good to have you here. You also get the wave as also the newcomer, and congratulations, but I'm unsure how useful it is to tell. Yes, I'm aware of the fact, but thank you in any case, and welcome. So let's see then, returning to the game and wondering still how to produce more timber, because kind of uncertain is the case that we are actually stuck, because it remains at 0, but we had +1 floating from there, so...
mourning is eased. Now we have others for company, sibling. It's been a hard day of labor for us all.
Alright, we
should
get some
cater to our
extra
tired, hungry
extra
people.
timber from there, which apparently. And now we can build this, so maybe it works now. Alright, that was nice. Ah, hello there, Briareos. Hope you have had a good Saturday also, and welcome to the stream. Of course, you also get a wave, and thank you for joining. Always good to see you around. So let's see. Build a fishery. Very well, let's build it next to the harbor and add a bit of road. Alright, it became some fancy pants paved road. Very well, like. Right, now there's a fishery and we have a warehouse, so. And then we need to just attract more farmers, which now we are also fulfilling their desire for fish, and then at some point, of course, we need to fulfill the desire for workloads, which of course is quite also modest desire in the overall hierarchy of needs would maybe suspect. So let's continue. Alright, let's see how we. Alright, we need to attract 100 farmers and we have now 61, so looks good enough. With the working fishery at 99% efficiency even, so clearly no shortage of fish, and it comes also with the fishing boat apparently. Good. And cultivation area. There are some trees, so it looks fair enough. And the sawmill is at 100%, so at least that's not going to be an issue. Alright. We can't yet build a place for making workloads, so it looks currently like we just need to wait until we attract sufficient number of farmers. Fair settlement. Alright. So it does have some attractiveness. Of course it does, as we have nice fish available. So sounds good enough. Not that many further means to attract more farmers, so we apparently have to wait a bit. Alright, we are up to 80 farmers, so we are at least making progress. So let's continue and see when we get enough farmers to join. Alright, quest details. Alright, there's not much else to be said. This has nice clear text fortunately, which helps. Alright, fair enough. Also possible to later upgrade those, so and we do have carts going back and forth also for wood, so by now we do have good amount of timber at least in the warehouse, so problems in that respect are over, unlike it was thought for a while that was stuck, but fortunately there were clearly someone has tried before, because there are several abandoned residential districts in the forest. Hopefully we do better than them. Now they also have plenty of fish. That should also help attractiveness wise. How has Jax been doing this weekend, by the way? Mostly nature, not much else actually adds to our attractiveness, like culture and festivity are zero. Oh well, not very festive place yet then, like only hard work farming available.
Life is so-so.
Better to win Sky End.
These are not full, so that should not be the issue. We can also make time a bit faster, so that might help with attracting farmers, like very fast time. And we still appear to be at 80. We be more attractive with more road.
I had a job unpicking old rope once.
Or with more farmer residences, like we have timber to build them now, so if we build more, we attract more farmers, provide more farms. Right, at least we are past 80 now, so 89, 90. Apparently, despite not being full, the extra residences seem to have helped as we are inching closer to the 100 now. 97, 98, so there we go, and now we can put regular. We can now move multiple objects at once.
Help enough to demolish the larger ruins. Let's breathe some life into this place.
Alright, so we need a sheep farm.
Can't even roll up silage.
Put one here. Ornaments, alright. Then we can build factory.
The land can only be farmed if there are enough fields. We must plant them.
Everything even got built, so select farm, select enclosures. There we have 3 sheep enclosures, and they filled up with some nice sheep. Looks good. Alright, yes, this has been around for a while. Of course, nice that you have seen a new game in that respect then. Pre-areas always good to hear. Let's build some more roads here, so helps transport with the new sheep farm. Alright, let's produce some potatoes for schnapps. Sounds good. Sounds like a great idea, make a liquor factory. So first of all we need to put up some potato farm, and that's of course then requires potato field and a lot of it, so let's put some potato field next to the
be farmed if there are enough fields.
sheep
We must plant them.
farm. How much more would we need? Clearly potato farming is large scale activity, so would that be enough? Yes.
I'll throw it in the furnace.
And one bit more, like really. There we go. Now we have enough potato farm plot, which appears to contain some nice potato plants and workers. So fair enough. Now we are making potatoes. Mutton, I do think it produces more wool, so then we can build the schnapps distillery, so right next door to the potato farm should make for efficient transport, like carry your potatoes one by one. Yes, there are multiple factors affecting happiness, including news, luxury, island peace, working conditions which are kind of minimal, insufficient workforce. We clearly need more. Alright, let's get rid of this also.
It's been a long, hard day. People need to rest.
Some extra timber.
Maybe wet their whistles.
Alright, clearly having schnapps supply is important, but almost everything is missing workforce, so because there are only farmer residencies, like there also be worker ones. Do also think that we should move the residencies somewhat, like if everyone is already complaining about pollution, maybe we should move them further off the potato farm. Let's build new ones rather like on this side of the town. It's only timber, so it's quite cheap to build more. And of course we have fortunately left enough space in between the roads to build more residencies, so he should be happier at least about. They are not much happier about pollution, which is kind of surprising. We set them
Why, it was extortionate.
further away from any industry. Hopefully the workforce situation improves. We can also now build a fire station and a pub, so
Edvard could ask so much of us
sounds fair enough. Especially the pub would most probably be important. And then we also could build fire station here, so
your people are recovered and desirous to proceed. Set them to it. We're going to need as much space as we can clear.
remove the ruined church, alright. And alright, supply of snaps will make him go away. He looks like he could use some. Alright. Pick up 4 tons of snaps. You need to have at least 4 tons of snaps in your island storage to be able to repay. It might help you repay your debt faster if you stop delivering snaps to your farmers. That sounds like not the greatest idea. You can pause the consumption in any farmer's residence building, but note they won't like it. That doesn't surprise this one. Certainly, like, most probably not the greatest idea ever. However, the ruined church is alright. So let's also demolish that. Gives us free timber also. There we go, so that fulfills that quest, and then we still need to deliver 4 tons of snaps. Let's check our warehouse, like. We actually have 5 tons, so. There you go.
We're not alone in our contempt for Edvard.
Don't think you're finished, brat.
What would be the next quests then?
Is there no limit to
One of
Uncle's
your
shameless
cousins
demands?
rides from Bright Sands, the island now owned by your uncle. Climate instability. Climate of instability. I wouldn't be surprised with our good brother, who seems to be a pretty angry guy in any case.
Speak to our humble cousin. He writes.
And
Fire runs wild. Fight this inferno fast.
Tell me you've managed something. Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes.
alright, we also
yes,
have some
sir.
fire, so let's pause and how do we send the fire patrol over? We do have the fire station. Apparently we can't do anything. Game paused. Firefighters in action. Good. And apparently it's not any longer on fire. So they are at least spraying some water around nicely, so looks good enough. And then we should do something here, apparently.
This city will be a credit to our family. You'll see.
We'd rather die than stay. Our flags still wave for Samuel. Let Edvard oppress us no more.
Alright, they were not very happy.
I never said, but I'm not too fond of heights.
Clearly his World's Fair does have some labor issues. Find rioting mobs in Edward City. Alright. There probably are more than somewhere, yep. Clearly people are not totally satisfied, which doesn't seem like such an absolute surprise. We still have to find some more rioters. Alright, there are more. And there, so that should finish the quest, yes.
Only we've no shit.
Now how do we return?
You may have my boat. It's my poor aunt's legacy. Her second husband was a decent sailor.
Alright.
Everybody on board? Good.
Leaves by ship.
I shiver at the thought of staying here another second.
Clearly our good brother was not totally popular among all the possible workers.
Of the family no shame that it now resorts to abducting my workers.
Very well, you made a complaint to Queen. Anyway, your island has many more buildings and much nicer ones, so you should treat your people better.
Abduction is a severe accusation.
And if I may, excuse me, a false one.
Fortunately, our
we
good
left Edvard quite willingly.
newspaper editor
Pencil
is eloquent enough to
I
explain.
should have been rid of you long ago.
I see nothing criminal. A bit of interfamilial bickering is only
Hardly a
natural,
matter for the
and
crown.
hardly a matter for
Very
the
well.
crown. And as for you, I have quite forgotten my manners. Sir Archibald Blake, ambassador and confidant to the Queen. Despite the circumstances,
Alright, it's good
Her
to
Majesty
regret
and I
now,
were
have to
pleased
admit.
hear of your return. Your father's death was a tragedy. We regret he never had the chance of a fair trial.
The real tragedy here is the vast funeral bill that goes unpaid.
Right, our brother in general seems very good at
He's
complaining.
living the life of O'Reilly.
Sadly, your uncle has indeed alerted me to some floating liabilities. I fear you have no choice but to settle them if I am to grant you your crown shipping license.
Edvard registered the debt officially.
Don't worry. That old tyrant can't hold us back anymore.
Indeed. Once my letterpress is up and running, the truth will come back to haunt Edward.
Alright, it's of course good to have a newsman on our side, because usually it's like half the win if you have Spear winning. Alright, and
As to the debt, my hands are tied, but it may warm Her Majesty's heart to see a new enterprise taking shape.
Maybe Edvard will try to prevent us owning a shipyard, but for now, let's at least house those workers.
alright, however this works, let's read the quest descriptions again. Alright, so that really doesn't currently do anything. Unsure what that pick up symbol is, but let's use the ship for that. Oh, hello there, Riley, and welcome to the stream also. You of course also get a wave. Hopefully your weekend has gone well this far. All right. And the other quest was about all right. All right, fully populated residences can be upgraded.
You reward our hard
At
graft.
least they are happier. That's fully populated, so
milestone.
let's do some upgrades. We also reached the age of industrialization, so agriculture didn't last that long. We clearly have plenty of opportunities to upgrade.
Workers
We
can
can only
handle
upgrade
stubborn
one at
debris
a
on
time
Dishwater.
though, so it's
If
kind
to
of...
be the center of our new enterprise, it needs to be immaculate.
If we select more than one,
Editorial section is sure to grow along with your city. We are fine-tuning the first issue
No.
as we speak.
it's like, yes, let's upgrade them one by
The
one.
dream of a shipyard is impossible without plenty of qualified hands. You have father's fortitude. These people will follow you as they once followed him.
You reached a new milestone.
Ah, yeah. Beep beep, I'm a sheep. That's a good question.
Your worthless rags have barely covered anything. Now,
Do
bring
we
these
have
things.
then?
It's not like you have any use for them.
Clearly, Uncle's intention is to keep us from ever owning a shipyard.
4 tons of sails. Alright, we need someone who makes sails apparently. do not at least yet apparently have any sail making capability available here. Alright, let's see if we can fulfill the desire for sails. Or at least try to. Let's check the sheep as success. Instead, like we trust the sheep. We can also apparently we can't zoom in further than that on a sheep field.
More's the merrier.
And there's like a nice pool of water for them also. At least we do not yet have any sails in the warehouse. Probably requires some new. Yeah, there are actually now new things for workers like bricks, paved streets, sausages, trade union, which sounds kind of like foreign when you think you have a trade union. What usually happens is that the workers unionize and start having many more demands. So let's build a sail maker here, which requires bricks. So first we actually let's demolish that and first build like a brickworks, because yes, he demands sails, but first we have to make bricks. So we need a clay pit. Let's build first of all more road. Probably still using the older like dirt road. There we go, and then build the clay pit. So does that require some specific type of a location? Apparently no resource deposit available, so not anywhere close either, so there would be one. Abandoned smeltery. Then we need to build very long road indeed to get clay from there. Let's build the brick factory.
Workforce shortage.
Like halfway approximately, so then we can
We are running low on timber, but there's plenty in the ruins. We should clear some to stock up.
Alright, the abandoned smelter produced some Alright, can we build a bridge? Yes. Construction material missing. What does building? Alright, and building the bridge requires surprise bricks. And we got only 5 bricks from the abandoned building, so there will be some problems with making bricks very soon. Let's see, like, can we trade some? Can we buy bricks from? Text is so small that can't actually see the final instructional quest available. Alright, equipped in trade union.
Times. Could they be even better?
Sozzle from Friday and Monday.
Not bad for a big boss.
I have discovered some inefficiencies we ought to address.
Alright, build a trade union. Fair enough, should be close to most of the factories. Pretty hard to build it so that it would cover all of them, so let's put the trade union here and we are lacking also timber, so
There aren't enough of us.
missing the farmer workforce. Like,
Much in the way of common dignity.
to think the problem is that when we upgrade these, they all become workers, so we need to actually build more farmer dwellings. Interesting problem. Excessive gentrification, like all the farmers become workers, and then you actually
Workforce shortage.
then you have nobody to work at the sawmill. Totally new kind of a problem. Let's see, can we actually fix that?
Hurry, damn you!
Our good brother is now waiting for sales, but we haven't lately had much luck with that. Right, we can adjust working conditions. But that wasn't what wanted to do either.
Get some rest. It's going to be a long voyage.
All right. Considering it is pretty much time to also start finishing the streamlets with our slight timber production problems, switch back and also start to finish for tonight. So thank you all for joining for some Anno 1800, where we apparently also found how to not upgrade all the dwellings. So we need to see if we can actually somehow get out of that next time, or if it needs to be restarted. We'll most probably play up to that point off stream and continue next time, because it's kind of not very interesting to start all together over if we actually succeeded at painting ourselves into a corner by not providing workforce for like upgrading all the dwellings, which was of course good to find out that way. But of course we do not mind that. It was quite nice game to play, and we are getting up to the 1.5 hours. So you're welcome, and always happy to. We are playing at least Stray, and some other game tomorrow might be Diablo, more daytime, Diablo 4. So should be also good stream day tomorrow. So hopefully you all join also then, and let's see who we will raid. So our good, let's see who's doing what. Azure Blues is playing World of Warcraft, and do not think we have actually raided Azure before, so yep, let's go for them. Some World of Warcraft, as they have only a few viewers, so let's help them a little. we typed correctly, so thank you all for joining tonight and see you tomorrow. Good night. Oh.